Hello everyone, welcome to Get Ready With Me. Now, I've already got my foundation on and contacts in just because. So like I said, I mean, I'm not going anywhere because we're in lockdown again over here. I think this is lockdown 3, is it? 3 or 4? I don't know. One of them, they go on for a while, don't they? But, I mean, what is it now? I think it's like 7:45, something like that at night. So I'm definitely not going anywhere. But I mean, this is kind of the only chance I get, because I mean, really, I've worked kind of the whole of it. I worked through this one, I worked through the last 2 or 3 or however many there's been now. So it doesn't really like affect me too much. There's people out there who are a lot worse off. I mean, a lot of people unfortunately have lost their jobs totally because of this whole mess that we're in. And even those that haven't, there's been people that, whether they've been furloughed or whether they're still working or what have you, they still, lockdown affects them. You hear a lot of it, people saying, it's causing depression for some people and stuff like that, which, I mean, it's serious business, isn't it? I suppose some people are taking it worse, taking it worse than others. I mean, realistically, it doesn't affect me too much because I don't do that much anyway. I mean, I seem to just be constantly working all of the time, which I'm not complaining again, because at least I've got a job still, and at least I can still, earn money. But I've been working that much recently. This is the first weekend in, I think, maybe, I don't know, like 3 or 4 months, no, maybe 3 months that I've had off totally. I mean, I don't normally work Sundays, but I work most Saturdays as well. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday as well. But I work most Saturdays as well. So it's tiring. It can be really tiring. But like I said, I'm not complaining. I don't have a plan for what I'm doing here. I just sort of picked up this palette and went for this. This is like a dark sort of, it's really, I don't know if it shows up that well on here, but it's like a really dark blue. I'm kind of liking blues at the moment. I tend not to really go into doing makeup with much of a plan anyway. I kind of just pick it up and see where it goes from there. If I try to plan something, it never goes to plan anyway. So I have to just sort of wing it as I go along. But yeah, major life update, major big news. So my girlfriend and I, we're going to be having a baby soon. It's going to be our first one. So that's a thing. I mean, it's terrifying. I'm happy about it. We both are. I'm not in any way regretting it or anything like that. It wasn't planned, but we're happy about it. But it's terrifying, isn't it? I mean, anyone who says that it's not, I suppose if it was planned and if you've been trying for sort of so long, then it may not be as scary. But it's a huge thing, isn't it? A massive life-changing difference. And it is scary because it's all new as well. I mean, I've never been through anything like this before. She's never been through anything like this before. It's like everything the whole way is just, it's new. It's all just a new experience. So yeah, there's that, which leads me on to my next point. We're going to be moving. I'm going to be moving sort of the end of this year. Yeah, I'll be moving to a new town not too far away from where I am now. You know, I'll only be moving about like 40 minutes or so away, which isn't far. It could be a good opportunity, because where I am now, I'm quite sort of limited for space when it comes to, you know, filming videos and filming my content and stuff. And it could be an opportunity to perhaps, you know, sort of expand on that, have a bit more room, because I mean, I have to, whenever I film now, I have to set everything up and film my videos and stuff, and then I have to put everything away and things, and you know, hopefully if you know, everything goes to plan, I can sort out having somewhere that I can sort of leave my gear set up and things like that, and it will just make things a lot easier. You know, I mean, if everything's already set up and good to go, then it's less of an excuse, isn't it? I mean, I can be quite lazy. I think we all can. I think we're all guilty of that to some respect, aren't we? But I can be, you know, pretty lazy, because I work all the time anyway, so I'm kind of constantly tired these days. Which, well, that's not going to get any better, is it? But I'm kind of constantly tired these days. So whenever I do get an opportunity to sort of sit down and chill out, or, you know, play the PlayStation and stuff like this, then I kind of, it's too easy to take that than, you know, think, right, well, I'll set my gear up and film a video. And speaking of PlayStations, I still haven't really been actively trying too much, because I've had more important things to do, you know, obviously with news of a baby coming and stuff. But so I haven't been actively looking, but I haven't been able to get my hands on a PS5 yet. They're still sort of quite difficult to get get your hands on, and they're still, I mean, they're ridiculously expensive, aren't they? I mean, what, I might be wrong, this is just off the top of my head, I think they're almost 500 quid, sort of £500 straight off, I think. But I don't know. And I heard that, I mean, I don't know if anyone here watching this is if you game. Look, if you game, put it down in the comments. If you got a PS5, let me know. I want to know what it's like, because I heard there'd been some issues with some of the software on the first, you know, like the first sort of rollout versions. Well, I suppose it's always to be expected, isn't it? There's always going to be teething problems, isn't there? So, you know, I mean, you'd think with a company the size of Sony that there'd be a bit more assurance, a bit more guarantee that everything was going to be right first time. But I don't know, I've got no knowledge whatsoever on that sort of whole industry and the way it all works. Yeah, so I was out today because, well, I knew they wouldn't be, but I mean, I'm dying for a haircut. That's kind of the only thing. I mean, look at this. I normally have, you know, the back and sides shaved down to skin, which, you know, I could do it myself, I suppose, but I just don't trust myself. I've got a very steady hand. But I need the rest of my hair. I've got it up in a ponytail at the moment, but I need the rest of my hair cutting as well, because it's just, I've got lots of like split ends and dead ends to my hair and stuff. And there's only so much that, you know, a mask or hair oil will do. You know, they can't work miracles. I haven't got the best hair anyway. Like, my hair isn't the healthiest. But anyway, when I was out today, I saw, speaking of games, I never got it. You know, Death Stranding, that weird sort of Hideo Kojima game with Norman Reedus, something to do with urine grenades and things like that. I don't know, but it's like it's meant to be like a sort of delivery service type open world thing with balanced physics and all this. I don't know. I mean, it's not that old, and when it came out, I think it was like, what, I mean, it'd be at least £50, wouldn't it? But I was out today and I was just doing some food shopping, just picking up some basics, and I saw it there and it was £3, £3 quid. I mean, so what, down from 50 to £3. You know, so it's obviously not very good. A couple of my friends had got it, and I don't know that many people that actually picked it up. It kind of seemed to pass a lot of people by. But a couple of my friends got it, and most of them say it's sort of kind of pretty unremarkable. But I thought, well, yeah, for £3, I mean, even if it was like the worst game I've ever played, for £3 you can't really complain. So I was gonna pick that up, but they were out of stock, so they didn't actually have the disc. But so I don't know, if I'm really craving playing that game, I might look at downloading it, but we'll see. Oh, this mug, that was from Thorpe Park, so from The Swarm. It's a ride at Thorpe Park. Do you remember theme parks? Oh, it'll be fun when they open again eventually. I struggle to talk when I do the delicate parts. So yeah, another thing when it comes to the PlayStation, I mean, I've had I don't know if you game, you might know, but I had a Scuff controller, which is like it's sort of an aftermarket controller that you can get, and it's got like extra buttons on it and stuff. And I had that, and I've had those for a few years. You know, I find they're good for like FPS games and stuff. But the one I had, because I broke one, like I dropped it and cracked it, and I'd had that one for quite a few years. So I was just like, well, yeah, fuck it, I'll buy another one. And I bought another one, and it's great, and you know, it worked great. But then a couple of the buttons started to like give up and wouldn't work when you pressed them. So that was annoying, because well, you just can't play games, you know, if your buttons won't work. But so I haven't had that one that long, so I think that one's still in warranty, under guarantee, so I can probably send that back and get that sorted out. But I mean, I think so. I might be very close. I think I'll be very close to the end of the warranty. I think if the warranty is 6 months, which I'm sure it is, I'll be very close to the end of it. I pay a lot of things out recently. Like I'm self-employed, so I had to do my self-assessment tax return a while ago, or the other week, and that is what it is. But it's never just one thing, is it? You know, so the car, I had to get like what did I need? I needed a new cam belt and water pump on the car, and like I know a guy, so I managed to get the parts for a pretty decent price. But either way, it's still, oh, and driving down a sort of narrow country lane the other about a month ago, some guy sort of crossed into my lane and smashed my wing mirror off, which is, yeah, I mean, you know, it's one of those, isn't it? It's just something. But I mean, they're not majorly expensive, but when you always add it up, you know, it's just, whenever something goes wrong, it's never just one thing, is it? Don't they say that it comes in threes? Yeah, so I might be sounding a bit ranty, maybe, perhaps. I don't mean to be. But another thing is I'm trying to cut down a little bit smoking. I smoke. I have done for, like, what? When did I start? Like 15 years. I've been smoking for like 15 years. So yeah, a long time. But I'm trying to sort of slowly cut down a bit on that. So that's made me a bit pissy recently. Yeah, it's hard. It is hard. A thing that sort of bothers me, because I have got a load of bad habits when it comes to like sugar, especially sugar and sugary drinks and sugary food. You know, that's one of my weaknesses, one of my many weaknesses. But I sort of struggle with trying to eat healthy, and because I work such a physical job, it's not too bad. I sort of keep to a fairly constant healthy weight. But when you stop smoking, I think it's a known fact, isn't it, that your body sort of, I don't know why, but you get a weight gain, don't you? Well, not everyone, I suppose, everyone's different, but it's a thing, and that's sort of, I'm hoping that doesn't happen, because like it's hard enough at times, isn't it? So I found my old iPad as well. I was looking for some stuff the other day, and I found my old iPad, and it is old. It's an old iPad. It was, I don't know what sort of generation or model it was, but you know when if you've got an iPhone, you know when iPhones and Apple went from the big chargers to the little ones that we've got now. It was the first iPad that had the small charger, so that shows you how old it is. And so I found that, and I hadn't had that, well, it's been around, but I haven't sort of had that out for years. Yeah, so I found loads of the old sort of music I had on there that I'd sort of forgotten that I had, that I didn't have on my Spotify or on my phone or whatever. And yeah, that's been a bit nostalgic, just sort of listening to some of that. You know, there's a load of things on there that I'd totally forgotten about. I totally forgot that I had. So I've been listening to like, I got some old Joy Division tracks on there that I hadn't listened to for ages, and like, not just that sort of stuff as well. Like, I've been listening to Twisted Sister and some old I found like an old Electric Six album on there. Do you know Electric Six? You might know, they did that song Gay Bar and stuff, like everyone's heard that song. But yeah, I found like an old Electric Six album on there, and just music that I haven't listened to for so many years, because I tend to always sort of, I put on the same Spotify playlists over and over again, or you know, if it's the music that I've got like downloaded on my phone, then it's the same tracks that I listen to over and over and over again. But where was I going with this? Yeah, that's it. I listen to all sorts, and it can be quite sort of difficult for me to find new people. You know, like new music, new bands, new artists. So that can be quite difficult. See, that's the beauty of goth makeup, isn't it? It wasn't working, so just fuck it and smudge it. I couldn't imagine having to constantly have perfect makeup, you know. But you know, if it goes wrong, if something goes wrong, you just like, that's it, fuck it, rip it all off and start again. You know, with like this sort of style, you can kind of mess it up as much as you want. So yeah, that'll do. So right, that's done. I'm gonna go and black my neck, and then I'll see you in a bit. And voila, that's the finished look. If you stuck around to the end, let me know. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and while you're at it, why not subscribe to the channel? Thanks for watching. Bye.